Hi everyone, Abigail here from Gray & Co again with your October Wembley Property Market Roundup. So it's the 1st of October today and I'm here to review what's been going on in the month of September and look back at the month that was about all the things that have been happening in the Wembley property market. So I like to go over the figures, but I have noticed my videos have been getting a little bit long, going on for 6 or 7 minutes. So I'm going to try and be a little bit more concise this month. Keep the numbers short and sweet and just give you a real overview of what's going on, what I think's coming and what we should be looking out for. So we take a numbers rundown and we'll look at what's been going on with available stock. So in terms of available stock, at the moment in September there were 473 properties on the market for sale during the month of September, compared with 572 last year. So that's quite a big change in the numbers, and I think that's to do partly with the number of sales that have been agreed in September, but we'll come to that. In terms of new instructions, there was 153 new instructions this year compared to 91 in 2019 in the month of September. Now looking at sales agreed, there were 67 sales agreed in 2020 in the month of September compared to only 28 in 2019. So although the number of new instructions coming to the market is higher, the average stock is lower because obviously things are going under offer and getting sold quicker. Another key market indicator here is the number of property price reductions in September. So this year there were 72 compared to 58 last year. When you look at percentages, there's not that much difference because obviously there were more properties coming on the market this year. But looking at time on market as well is another key indicator of how fast things are moving. So last year in September, there were 536 properties that were sat on the market for more than 12 weeks in September. Now this year, there's 447. So you can see that things are not sitting on the market for quite so long. But with regards, going back to that price reduction number, that's probably partly where the prices aren't quite at the right level. So those ones that are sitting on the market, those 447, are probably sitting there either because there's something wrong with the marketing, so the photos aren't good enough, the write-up's not good enough, or the price is wrong. So it's either the marketing, the people you're sending it out to, which is how you're promoting the property, and also the price. These are the three things that we look at when we take a new property on the market. So there's some really important information here in what's happening in the market. So things are moving, but things are not getting over the line quite as quick as they were, say, a year ago. So if we look at the number of sold properties, for the same period last year, there were 363 sold in 2019. But in 2020, only 214 properties have sold in the same time period. Now that figure only goes up to June, so it's actually looking back a year from June because that's where the land registry has got up to in terms of showing us completed stats. So like I say, there's normally a 3-month lead time, and we have seen there's been a bit of delay in that because the solicitors haven't been getting out the TR1 forms, or they've not been processed by land registry. I don't know where the hold up is. It's one of those two. So the other thing to be really mindful of at the moment is if you are agreeing a sale or you're thinking about putting your property on the market, you are getting very close to the time where it is likely that if you agree a sale in the next couple of weeks, it's still possible to get it over the line before the end of stamp duty holiday. Much later than that, and you are going to struggle. So you need, if you're a buyer or a seller, when you are either looking to buy or looking to sell and you're bringing your property to the market or you're looking at agreeing an offer on a property, you need to make sure that you can give your solicitor an instruction the next day and they can be ready to go to work. So that means they need to already have some funds on account from you. They will need to have all of your anti-money laundering documents completed and any other information they need from you, be it your broker's details, your mortgage company's details, any deeds for the house if you're selling. They will need all of that information so they can get out a contract as quickly as possible. And that's the key thing to getting your sale over the line before the end of the stamp duty holiday. So you should be asking your solicitor when you instruct them, do you have capacity to be able to complete this by the 31st of March? Because like I've said in the last couple of videos, the last couple of months, you don't want to be in a situation where come 31st of March, you're not able to complete, and that potentially could cost you anywhere from £3,000 to £15,000. that is not where you want to be. So be ready and be prepared. That is the most thing. It's almost like the Brownie Guides, isn't it? Be prepared, or the Scouts. I was in the Guides. We said be prepared. That was our motto. So that's a crucial thing to take away from this. Be ready, have your solicitors ready to go, and be able to proceed really quickly and work with a solicitor that you know is going to be able to get you over that line, because it's going to be hard going in those last frantic weeks before the end of stamp duty holiday. So that's my message this month. Just having a quick look at the lettings data. So this was quite interesting. So last month, if you remember, I was talking about how there was a lot of available stock on the market, and largely that was part of the build to rent sector. So the numbers are down a little bit this month, because I think there was something like 860 properties available last month. So available stock is 677 for September, compared with 522 the same time last year. So it's lower than it was. New instructions are high, 363 new instructions compared to 225 last year. And lets agreed is actually lower this year than last year. So 81 lets were agreed in September in Wembley, but 100, compared to 102 in September 2019. So that's quite interesting. It's clear from looking at the information again that the largest number of properties sitting on the market are build to rent flats. So I think Quintain has probably got the largest number of those 677 instructions with the new Quintain Village, with the build to rent properties they've got available there. There's the large Uncle development, which have got, I think, about 25 units, if not more, available. And there is another building on Wembley Hill Road, which is also build to rent. So they are taking up quite a large section of the available stock on the market, and those are the ones that are sitting around. So it's showing that, like I said last month, those properties that are houses or flats with gardens are letting in the first couple of weeks of coming on the market. Where you've got apartment blocks, those are taking that much longer to find the right tenant for, because I think even more so now than maybe last month, although we're going into winter, there's still the impending talk and threat of another potential lockdown where we could all be stuck at home again. I don't know, I'm not predicting anything, but it's always on the horizon, it's in the back of people's minds. So you need to be mindful of that. If you're looking to buy for investment, then you should be definitely considering buying something that has a property with it. It is a property, has a garden with it, so that any potential tenants will benefit from that. So even if you are buying a flat, you can buy a flat with a garden, and that will be, much more appealing to prospective tenants. And then just to give you a quick idea, because I'm mindful of the time, in terms of activity in the marketplace, people looking at stuff. So just on the sales side, average views were at 31.7 per day on detailed property views on Rightmove, and that's this year, compared to 24.2 last year. So that's quite an increase. And then the same on lettings, although the margin is not so great, 37.2 detailed views per day for the lettings properties compared to 33.7 last year. So there is activity in the marketplace. People are looking to move. People are thinking about working from home. What do I need from a property now? And that's as true that it is on sales as it is on rentals. So it's something that investors and sellers need to be mindful of when they're looking at properties. So that was a really quick roundup. Hopefully I haven't waffled on for too long. But if you've got any questions, anything you want to talk about, anything you just want an opinion on, whether it's a new buy-to-let property you're thinking of buying and you just like to run it past someone, give me a call. I'm available on 0208 903 3909. And I will see you next month for the October market roundup, when we will only be a few months, probably only 6 weeks or so away from Christmas. So I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.